Thank you. I'm going to read something for you, not all the way through. Definition of leader. Dictionary.com says, a person or thing that leads, a guiding or directing head, as of an army, movement, or political group. Oxford Dictionary says, the person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country. The person or team that is winning a sporting competition at a particular time. An organization or company that is the most advanced or successful in a particular area. Now, some of that I'm comfortable with, but there is a lot of it that was written at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, which I don't think applies anymore. It is more about management than it's about leadership, in my view. So today I want to redefine leadership, and what I'm going to do so is to talk about an organization that I'm associated with, and some of these very boring graphs here are going to give you some background to what I'm going to talk about. But this company, the very first thing that we did is we decided that seeing it was tanking, and we had a big problem, we needed a great idea, we needed something new. So what did we do? We did two key things. One, we instituted weekly meetings where we talk about mistakes. So mistakes became celebrated. Mistakes became something that we needed to talk about. Now, the strangest thing about that is that most of us were very uncomfortable talking about mistakes, because in an organization, you make a mistake and you're out, or at least 3 times and you're out. Often it's not 3 times. The other thing that we did is we got the staff to select a CEO. I was that CEO, and the very first thing I did is I said to them, my role as a CEO is that I'm the deputy of our customer. And so our staff work with the customers, and my responsibility is to find out what is not working, what the staff are doing, and it's my responsibility to fix it. In fact, that's what I was doing this afternoon at a company where we had a bit of a problem. So the thing is that from day one, we are trained from when we are kids not to make mistakes. And yet, if we didn't make mistakes, we'd never walk. You know, like how many times did we have to fall? Every fall was one step closer to walking. Now, equally, the electricity light bulb would never have been invented if it wasn't for 10,000 failures. But failures in corporate life, in family life, are something that is not accepted. The other thing that happens is that because throughout our life, we became so accustomed to not making mistakes, or if we do, we don't tell anybody, that eventually we cannot even give him permission make mistakes. It was the hardest part of our transition of this organization to get people to talk about mistakes we've made, even though it was obvious that if they didn't make mistakes, we thought that they were doing something, they were not trying enough. They're not trying hard enough. Now, what happens is that because we turn up to work and we turn up with this image of what we're meant to be at work, and we are actually suppressing who we really are, we end up the loneliest people in this place. And no amount of money removes that sense of loneliness. And where there is loneliness, there is no creativity. And without creativity that we are educating out of every kid from day one, we are not going to take our world from the GFC into the future. And I would recommend that any of you that haven't heard of that previous slide, go and read the book called The Element. It's a very interesting book. Another thing is that the stress here is that beyond giving somebody the permission to make mistakes is actually creating an environment where mistakes are accepted. Stanshi, who I had the fortunate time working with him about 20 years ago, told us that mistakes are the cost for the organization and built it into the bottom line of the organization. Steve Jobs said, you know, if you don't operate from who you are, from where you are, independent what people think of you, you can never change the world. You can change the world if you believe in who you are, and then the money follows. The equation doesn't work the other way around. You try for money, you might get some. If you go and operate from your essence, my experience with this company is that amazing results are achieved. And I'll tell you some statistics about this company. That is actually real numbers. They are not fake numbers. This is the profitability of the business. It went from a loss of $600,000 the previous year to a profit of $600,000 the following year. That's $1.2 million turnaround. We went from 29 staff to 14 staff. We have a lot of time on our hands. We have table soccer in the office. We go and do karaoke. We have a lot of fun together. And yet, the results are amazing compared to the results that the same exact company was achieving before. I would like to tell you that leaders are people that create leaders, not people that create followers. And yet, we are told often that leaders have followers. I don't believe that. I believe in an organization, leaders are meant to create leaders. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aldo Grech.